Lonely Attack on the Different World, Web Novel, Chapter 153. Stripping yourself is good nudity, while wasteful stripping is bad nudity. Day 50. Daytime Dungeon. As heavyweight class monsters charged with booming rumble, they were met with a shield wall that seemed to be moving to meet them. That's shield bash, and you can't afford to halt like that, you know. Look, she is coming from the side, jiggling, coming with a swing, and it's over. Well, it was decided the moment they stopped. That's because we have approximately 2 dangerous tanks here. One is bound to get trapped by their style if facing them without any prior knowledge. Block with the sword, cut with the shield, parry with the sword, crush with the shield. Offensive became defensive, and defenses are used to attack. A continuous joint offense tears into the enemies with repeated strikes. The reason for the effectiveness of their coordination lies in the fact that it was born even before we came to this world. In the first year of high school, their names were already sending waves throughout the country. As expected of twin light poles, bam, thud, crush, thud.
We told you not to call us that. It's Twin Towers.
Really? But I heard them saying twin light poles on TV, sort of. Or rather, it hurts, you know.
We would have burned that TV station if that was true.
Looks like they are unsatisfied with the approach of the modern media. Is it the media bias that got them so angry? But wasn't it twin light poles on the banner as the school as well? Was it not? The shield team seems to be changing their weapons depending on the enemy. Swords, axes, spears, hammers, but lately they mostly use swords and after that, spears. They can't get their hands on any good axes or hammers, so they tend to favor swords these days. I guess I should get into weapon production, too. It would have been better to use hammers or axes for the previous opponents, and having a weapon within reach, like a spear or halberd, would allow them to choose distance. It's a group battle, but with everyone using swords, it limits the available tactics. I should think about weapon manufacturing when we return. I might not be able to begin it right away, but I can at least begin to make preparations. A strife to get to the edge of the never-ending night, or in other words, there is no end to the overtime work. Looks like Panzer Rhinoceros level 49 that charged at us all at once are already annihilated. Panzer Rhinoceros, basically armored rhinos, were stopped by Shield Girl and the Volley Club's AB duo. Yes, their defense was high, but that's it. While they had slashing resistance, a flanking attack by Great Sage easily flipped them over. Of course, it goes without saying that Great Sage used physical attacks for that. After that, they simply got showered with blows. Slime-san and everyone seemed to be having fun beating them, and so the rhinos got mauled to death. The shields of the tank were the very first to be upgraded with mithril, greatly boosting impact resistance and reflection. Merely crashing into them won't do anything. One of the few in possession of alchemy, Fabrice-san of rhythmic gymnastics, also bludgeoned them with a barrage of club attacks. She is using some kind of strange alchemical weapon, which can be transformed into a ribbon, a hoop, a ball, or a club. But I'm yet to see a hoop ever being used. Is there even a way to use it, perhaps spinning it to make the enemy dizzy, a hypnosis type? Now it's Hidden Room-san. Inside is Power Glove, power plus 30% plus defense. It doesn't seem particularly unique, but this type of item is in high demand and upgraded with mithril will probably turn into a pretty good piece. For now, I'm just bending in bits of mithril, so it's fine, but eventually I'm going to run out of it. Is there a place where mithril is lying around outside of dungeons? This one isn't half bad. Does anyone need Power Glove plus 30% plus defense? Seems so, I guess. Apparently, Shield Girl already had a similar item, so Twin Something is trying to decide it amongst themselves with rock, paper, scissors. Well, it's clear that the item is going to them. Actually, the one who might benefit from it the most is Great Sage-san, but she says that she doesn't need it. For some reason, all of her gear is magic-oriented, even though she doesn't use magic at all. Then to the 50th floor, to the boss battle. It might be another dungeon master, though. So we fight, we win, we cutlet, sort of.
Cutlets!
For the sauce, we're going to have a aura sauce, right? Kind of? Aurora sauce? To think that in this world sauce-san, mayonnaise-san, and ketchup-san are all joined together in such a marvelous fusion. Yeah, only soy sauce is left out. Since it's too pitiful, I added a bit of it as a secret ingredient. It's delicious, seriously. Kya! They seem to be motivated. At this rate, they might turn the floor master into cutlets. I wonder what cutlets from a floor master would taste like. Probably not very good, as it turned out. It's that, paralyzing jellyfish level 50, man-o'-war-san, and it's not a dungeon master. Roger! A huge jellyfish is floating in the air. It's a cool feature for interior design, but it's also a nuisance. It's too huge. As the tentacles are repelled by wall of shields, the middle guard is unleashing an onslaught of attacks. Meanwhile, the rear guard doesn't exist. Yup, as expected. Yeah, they are beating it hard, but doesn't it seem to have too much effect? Beautiful girls jumping through the air and the jellyfish intercepting them with its countless legs. Tentacles? Yeah, tentacles. If the geeks were here, they probably would have been crying tears of joy and gratitude to this scene of schoolgirls fighting tentacles. Doing nothing but watching, they'd eventually get scolded for not helping. No, knowing them, they probably would have started rooting for Jellyfish-san, seriously. Bringing attention to the fact that I'm also participating, I pulled out 3 demon scythes and had them join the tentacle hunt. Oh, thank goodness I didn't forget about this. Wait, isn't this a no-good one? Looks like neither slashing nor physical attacks are working. It has magic reflection, but magic seems to be its only vulnerability. What should we do then? What do you mean, what? Use something aside from physical or magical attacks? Or rather, go for the jellyfish experimentation approach, I think. Yep, that's the only way, right? Meanwhile, Fish Girl was getting chased around, drawing the tentacles away from everyone. There, Nudist Girl jumped in, slashing at the tentacles with her dual swords. They can't be cut, She got caught. Ah, yeah, the geeks would have been overjoyed. I'm glad we didn't take them with us. You can resist poison and common abnormal status debuffs, so it's all right. Just take care not to get paralyzed and hang in there, okay? Ah, it has no weapon destruction, so don't worry about that. But it has dissolve, so you will end up naked. Well, you are a nudist anyway, so I guess it's fine.
No, it's not. It's not fine at all. It's not the case where we can allow her to stay caught at all.
It's not fine, it seems? So getting naked yourself is good nudity, and becoming naked from having your clothes melted is bad nudity. Ah, that's because ruining the clothes is a waste, and it would also increase my workload. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, but just in case, I actually have the main body of jellyfish caught with holding, basically restrained. The tentacles are doing as they please, though. Hence, I use Kyojitsu to close the distance and cut off a bunch of those tentacles holding Nudist Girl with Dimension Blade, and crash into the jellyfish. Ah, it's the first time it doesn't hurt upon crashing into something. Good job, jellyfish. Not sure if this is really good job or not, but the JK retreated. They don't want their clothes dissolved, it seems. No, it's not like I crashed into it because I wanted to, but I can still barely use Kyojitsu and magic wrapping, and adding Dimension Blade to the mix makes it all a bit uncontrollable. Well, while I didn't have any intention of crashing into it, since I already did, let's roll with this. Allow myself to get caught by the innumerable tentacles of the jellyfish. Captured? Captured. Actually, keep the tentacles away from the boys. There's no demand for that. No one wants to see that. And even if someone does, I don't. It's pointless. Why do the girls look kind of happy? First, holding, then rise the temperature, adding heat vibration followed by dehydration through alchemy and drying it with water magic and holding. And since I have gauntlets of contradiction, stripping it of its immunities with my right hand. And the dehydration is complete. Wither more, sort of. So dried jellyfish jerky, and then fry it. I won. Ha! What is with that ha? Ah, would have been enough. Don't ha me. Why does no one say anything? Oh, the jellyfish's magic stone and loot. Is this the jellyfish's equipment? But it didn't seem to be carrying anything. Infinite tentacles. Create and control tentacles. Isn't this the type of thing a human shouldn't have? But the geeks would probably like it. They surely will be willing to pay good money for this. But why do I feel that they are the only ones that must absolutely not be allowed to have this item? However, now that I have 3 sacred treasures of the worst public image possible, collar of submission forces into a state of absolute obedience, chains of Prometheus binding disable all powers, and now infinite tentacles create and control tentacles. Why do all of these brute violator-type goods keep drifting to me? Is this an attack on my affection rating? It's on the verge of death already? Lately it's not even breathing anymore, or rather I don't remember when I saw it the last time. What could be the reason for this world so persistently targeting my affection rating? Come on, controlling tentacles? Ah, Armored Prez-san is hiding behind the girls?